Hi, you're watching SportsX. My name is Vineet Malhotra, and it's a huge NewsX exclusive that we talk about today. We have learned about a possible scandal being run by the Volleyball Federation of India, the body responsible for volleyball in our country. Under scrutiny is a deal signed with Baseline for the Pro Volleyball League. There are allegations that the league was signed for personal benefits and that the company has been given too much power, so much so that they can determine who plays for the national team and who does not play for India. NewsX has learnt that a better and more beneficial deal for the league was signed in 2015 but was terminated due to infighting in the Volleyball Federation of India. The big questions we are asking is, why was there no league played for the last 3 years, and who benefited from the second deal? Why isn't the sports ministry taking any active action against those people who are perpetrating this kind of an upheaval in the sport of volleyball? We will talk about this, but first up, let's listen into these reactions.
Anything to do with the cases, our job is not to do with the history of what is there in the federation or not. We have the rights to do it. The players need us to do a good job. We do a good job with what we have. If you've seen the league or you've been a part of it, you'll see it was flawlessly executed. Our job is to do the product, create a good product so that young kids can be inspired and want to come in to play volleyball. And so for us, none of this matters to us as far as we are concerned. As long as the players are given, the dates are given, the umpires are there, the refs are there, we go on with the game.
प्रो वॉलीबॉल लीग आई, उसके लिए तो बहुत अच्छा हुआ वैसे तो, कुछ प्लेयरों के लिए, कुछ क्या सभी प्लेयरों के लिए और वॉलीबॉल को इंडिया के अंदर इम्प्रूव करने के लिए। बट इसमें जैसे बहुत से ऐसे प्लेयर हैं जो इंडिया रिप्रेजेंट कर चुके हैं और बहुत ही अच्छा खेलते हैं, उनको अच्छे से पता नहीं चला कि भाई कब उनका सिलेक्शन हुआ, कब उनको भाई फॉर्म फिल करना था वीएफआई को, कब उनको मतलब ट्रायल के लिए जाना है या कुछ, इस चीज़ की इन्फॉर्मेशन किसी प्लेयर के पास नहीं आई जो अच्छे प्लेयर थे।
Well, in fact, the inadequacy and the incompetence in the VFI had gone on for so long and to such an extent that the FIVB had to terminate them, pull them up. My colleague Aishwarya is with me in the studio. He's in fact worked very hard and closely and at a granular level to pick out what were the inadequacies and what were the improprieties, Aishwarya, that have led to this state of volleyball in our country. Please explain to our viewers what are these documents pertaining to and what kind of loopholes and, gaping irregularities do they point at?
Well, we are talking about, massive irregularities between the Volleyball Federation of India, their politics which involved since 2015 when, the sports ministry clearly had, banned the VFI for almost 3 years. After that, there were certain, things which came in. There were 3 players which approached to the Competition Controller of India, and therefore, the 150-day order was ordered. And still, it remains to be seen that what kind of, inquiry that will give. But we have certain documents that we have accessed, exclusively, which clearly shows that what kind of contract the VFI president has signed earlier with the company, that they have signed and given a contract to organize the Pro Volleyball League for almost 10 years, and what kind of contract has signed by the secretary again in next 2 years with another company, and what was the measures, what was the transparency, that all is still unknown, and nobody knows that what kind of contract and why that contract has again been given to the second company.
And Aishwarya, both these contracts signed by both these people stand in contravention to each other, correct?
That's right, and because of their internal politics, there have been certain, the players have been affected. There were several, games which were affected because of these politics. Yes, of course, the president and secretary was the one who clearly had, the massive infight, and that's why, the earlier president was even being banned. He was ousted by the Volleyball Federation of India. Now I would like to tell what are these two contracts that the Volleyball Federation of India signed with two different companies, and what was the reason for these two companies to be given an again contract. So one is Sports and Live Enterprises proposal, and this particular contract was signed by the president of VFI in January 2016, which says that the upfront payment of rupees 9 crores will be given to the Volleyball Federation of India to conduct the Pro Volleyball League for the time period of 10 years, which is the total amount of 10 years. That means 32.7 crores was to be given by the Sports Live to the Volleyball Federation of India. Of course, if this 32.71 crore rupees would have been gone to Volleyball Federation of India, then there could be something which can be amazingly done by the VFI to increase their infrastructure for the betterment of the players.
Absolutely.
Now, the second thing which happened soon after this particular contract was given in January 2016, the Secretary General has signed the contract in February 2018 with the Baseline Ventures proposal. So this particular contract was signed by the president. The second contract after 2 years was signed by 2018 by the secretary in February 2018. The upfront payment was just rupees 2.5 crores. When the VFI was getting rupees 9 crores, why this particular contract was given just for 2.5 crores?
So undermining their own product.
Undermining their own product, as well as one doesn't know what was the transparency, on what criteria this particular second contract was given to the Baseline Ventures Limited, what was their vested interest, nobody knows. In 10 years, as you can see, clearly the comparison, 32.71 crores would have gone to the VFI if Sports Live would have been conducted this particular contract, and the other proposal and the other contract which was signed by the Secretary General, only 15.91 crores have been given by the Baseline to the Volleyball Federation of India. What is the profit revenue sharing system? 50% of season's net profit for each season would be given.
This country that comes first, and in fact, Shorya spoke of Amit. We are joined by Amit Singh Tanwar, who's an international volleyball player and petitioner in this case. In fact, Mr. Tanwar, is it a good thing to organize this particular kind of a volleyball league, considering that there's so many discrepancies and irregularities to begin with?
बिल्कुल अच्छी बात है. ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए, बढ़ावा देने के लिए ऑर्गेनाइज की गई है, लेकिन इसमें सबको मौका नहीं दिया गया, फेयर चांस नहीं मिला है. सबसे पहली बात
जी, चांस नहीं मिला, पर इसकी सिलेक्शन के लिए तंवर जी क्राइटेरिया क्या रहा है अभी तक?
सर, क्राइटेरिया जैसे कि अभी मैं तो यहाँ गुजरात से हूँ, मैं गुजरात को रिप्रेजेंट करता हूँ, नेशनल वगैरह यहीं से खेलता हूँ, और 2012 से लेकर 2015 तक मैं इंडियन टीम का पार्ट रहा हूँ. तो हम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि हमें एटलीस्ट एक फेयर चांस मिले. लेकिन यहाँ जब एसोसिएशन से बात की तो उनके पास में ऑलरेडी ऊपर से 6 नाम आए हुए थे कि ये 6 नाम हैं, ये 6 नाम जैसे ऑक्शन लिस्ट में भेजे जाएंगे. और इससे पहले जो कंपनी लीग करवा रही थी, उन्होंने परफॉर्मेंस निकाल दिए थे कि इसको कोई भी अप्लाई कर सकता है. उसके बाद में उसके साथ में खुद के सर्टिफिकेट्स अटैच करने होते हैं, तो उसके बेस पे सब लोग उसको फॉर्म को भर सकते थे. हर कोई आगे जाने का चांस था उसमें. पर इसमें अगर उन्होंने ऊपर से जो नाम भेज दिए फेडरेशन ने, उसके अलावा तो किसी को चांस ही नहीं मिल रहा है.
जी, उसके अलावा किसी को चांस नहीं मिलेगा. बट आपको क्या लगता है, ये लीग बंद क्यों कर दी गई?
अभी वो तो फेडरेशन के इश्यूज हैं, जैसे कि फिलहाल जो जनरल सेक्रेटरी हैं उनके इश्यूज हैं, उन्होंने क्यों रुकवाया. लेकिन जहां तक हमें पता है कि वो सेक्रेटरी हैं, उनकी परमिशन के बिना नहीं हो रहा है, तो उन्होंने उस चीज को रुकवा दिया. पर उस चीज को वो कंटिन्यू भी कर सकते थे कि हाँ भाई, वो एक प्लेयर्स को अच्छा प्राइज मिल रहा है, अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म मिलेगा, तो वो कंपेयर कर सकते थे.
अमित, आपको क्या लगता था कि इस लीग में कुछ गड़बड़ चल रही है? इसमें मतलब कुछ ऐसी चीज है जो ठीक नहीं है, इसीलिए इसको बंद किया गया?
नहीं, गलत क्या किया क्या नहीं किया वो तो वही जानते हैं. पर सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि कोई टेंडर सिस्टम नहीं हुआ कि किसी दूसरी कंपनी को वापस आने का मौका मिले. उन्होंने खुद ही कोई कंपनी सिलेक्ट कर ली, जैसे कि बेसलाइन ने करवाया, तो उन्होंने बेसलाइन को सिलेक्ट कर लिया, ना कोई टेंडर हुआ कि इस तरह से वीएफआई कोई लीक करवाने वाली है और टेंडर निकाला गया हो।
अमित, आपको किसी तरह से तंग किया गया जब आपने केस फाइल किया गया, उसके बाद किसी किस्म की परेशानी पहुंचाई गई आपको?
हिंट्स तो जाते हैं सर क्लियर, जैसे कि बीच में हम लोगों ने, मतलब मैं सीबीआई में केस डाला गया था वीएफआई के अगेंस्ट, तो उस दौरान मेरे को लेटर आया था सीबीआई से कि आपको जांच के लिए मतलब में बुलाया जाएगा कमेंट्स रिकॉर्ड करने के लिए। तो उस समय मेरे पास में वीएफआई के कुछ पर्सन्स का कॉल आया था, अगर कोई करप्ट नहीं होगा तो या तो आपको कॉल ही नहीं करेगा, कि भले आपको सीबीआई ने बुलाया है, आप वहाँ पे आपके खुद के ओपिनियन रख सकते हैं। जब कोई करप्ट होगा, जब वो गलत होगा तो वो बोलेगा कि उन्होंने मेरे को कॉल करके क्या बोला है, आप ये बताना कि आपको ये मिला है, आपको बैग्स मिले हैं, आपको शूज मिला है, वीएफआई ने आपको कोई कमी नहीं होने दी। तो वो हमको वो बता रहे हैं जो वो कहलवाना चाहते हैं। अदरवाइज कोई सही होगा तो क्या बोलेगा, आपको जो मिला है सही मिला है, जितना भी मिला है आप वो बता देना, आपको कुछ बना के बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है।
राइट अमित,
सीबीआई के दरमियान
इस मुहिम में आपके साथ वीएफआई के खिलाफ और कौन कौन साथ है?
हमारे नंद कुमार सर बहुत समय से फाइट कर रहे हैं इस चीज के लिए कि वीएफआई में ट्रांसपेरेंसी आए, इसलिए ये उन्होंने ही किया था। और इसमें जरूरी है सर कि प्लेयर्स भी साथ में आए, इसीलिए हमको ये मौका मिला भी और हमने ये मौका उठाया भी है, हमें बोलना भी चाहिए, इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ सर।
अमित, कोर्ट में ये बात पहुंच चुकी है, वहां पे क्या मतलब कितनी प्रोग्रेस हो चुकी है आपके अनुसार?
इसमें क्या था सर कि हर चीज तो हमें पता नहीं होती है, तो हमारे जो एडवोकेट थे उन्होंने ये जो पॉइंट्स आप बता रहे हैं उन्होंने पता किए थे। तो अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट इसमें क्या था कि अभी कोई पार्टिसिपेट कर रहा है, अभी क्लैश भी हो सकती है वो लीग उन तारीख के दरमियान। तो अगर उस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में कुछ ऐसा था कि अगर उन डेट्स के अंदर कोई इंटरनेशनल कंपटीशन होगा तो पहले प्लेयर्स यहाँ खेलेंगे, और ऐसा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था, और इसीलिए उसमें कुछ ना कुछ मिला है सीसीआई को, इसलिए उन्होंने 150 डेज की जांच भेज दी है, डायरेक्टर जनरल अपॉइंट किए हैं, और उससे पहले कोई लीग भी नहीं हो सकती, इस तरह से अनाउंस किया गया है।
अमित, ये जो गड़बड़ चल रही है वॉलीबॉल में और वीएफआई में कुछ समय से, आपको लगता है कि इसमें कौन कौन जुड़ा हुआ है, किस हद तक ये एक तरह से करप्ट हो चुकी है?
अब इसमें सेक्रेटरी जनरल इन्वॉल्व हैं, नेशनल कोच इन्वॉल्व हैं।
और अमित, करप्शन की जब हम बात करते हैं तो कुछ ऐसी भी चीजें सामने आई कि जैसे परचेज ऑफ बॉल्स हो गई, उसमें भी एक तरह से पैसों का जो लेन देन हुआ है, हेरा फेरी हुई है, वो भी सामने आई है।
इस लीग में अगर उन्होंने लीग करवा दी तो क्या ब्लाइंडली करवा दी होगी क्या? उन्होंने कुछ ना कुछ इसका सर्वे भी किया होगा कि किस तरह से लीग करवानी है। जब हम अबोव स्टैंडर्ड्स में खेलते हैं, जो इंटरनेशनल दूसरे कंट्रीज की टीम्स आती हैं, तो उन कंपटीशन में मैच खेला जाता है 25 पर सेट। अगर आपका डिसाइडिंग सेट हो रहा है तो 15 का होता है, इसमें आप 15 का सेट खिला रहे हैं, इट मीन्स आपका स्टेमिना डाउन कर रहे हैं आप। दूसरी बात है कि हम जब उस स्टैंडर्ड पे खेलते हैं तो बॉल मिकासा कंपनी का ही होता है, उसके अलावा किसी कंपनी का बॉल नहीं होता। उसकी प्राइस मुझे नहीं पता है, मे बी शायद अबोव 6000 है। लेकिन इस लीग में जो इन्होंने बॉल यूज किए वो इन्होंने इंडियन कंपनी पकड़ी, जैसे कि स्पार्टन है, स्पार्टन के बॉल्स इन्होंने कह के और उनसे बनवाए हैं, जो बॉल ऊपर यूज होने वाले ही नहीं है। 30 डेज 35 डेज ये लीग चलेगी, उसमें प्लेयर्स उस बॉल से खेलेंगे जो बॉल आगे खेले मतलब में यूज में ही नहीं आने वाला है।
All right. In fact, we need to talk about, these inadequacies and irregularities which have been prevailing in the game of volleyball for the longest time. There seem to be factions within, the unit and the federation, and it is not a good sign in terms of the player who are supposed to be representing their country first and placing any of these leagues at, a time when they are allowed to do so by national responsibility. And joining me on the program is Mr. K. Nandkumar, who is the General Secretary of Karnataka Volleyball Association. I'm also joined by Mr. Savan Kumar, who is a volleyball player. Mr. Nandkumar, let me come to you first. What do you make of the expose that we have just pointed out to our viewers, that there are factions within the Volleyball Federation? There have been different contracts which have been signed, there have been anomalies in these contracts, and the way the players have been treated is nothing short of barbaric and even to some extent anti-national.
Yeah, sir. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, this problem started only in 2016 when we conducted our 64th Senior National Volleyball Championship at Kantirva Indoor Stadium, Bangalore. The Executive Committee and General Body of Volleyball Federation of India had authorized Sri Chaudhary Avdesh Kumar Ji, the then President of Volleyball Federation of India, to get some sponsors for the conduct of the league. It was officially passed in the Executive Committee and General Body of Volleyball Federation of India, in which Mr. Chaudhary Avdesh Kumar presided over the meeting, and Mr. Amotar Jakat, Secretary General, was also present in the meeting, and I myself was also present in the meeting as an Associate Secretary of National Teams. So once the Executive Committee and General Body decided to to bring in sponsors and authorized Sri Chaudhary Avdesh Kumar to bring in a sponsorer, Chaudhary Avdesh Kumar took the resolution and the approval of the General Body and the Executive Committee, and then he approached 2-3 sponsors, in which there was a potential sponsor named Sports Live Entertainment Company or something. After finalizing this contract, Mr. Chaudhary Avdesh Kumar brought in that MOU, and he signed that, and he told the Federation in a meeting in Bangalore, General Body meeting held at Bangalore on 2nd January 2016, and he said that I have finalized such and such as per the authorization of the Federation and Executive Committee. I have brought in a sponsor named Sports Live and Entertainment, where the whole responsibility of the conduct of men volley league and women volley league and beach volley league will be given to Sports Live Entertainment Company, and Federation will have no risk at all, because Chaudhary Avdesh Kumar was authorized by the Executive Committee just because VFI was bankrupt. VFI was not having a single rupee to pay the salaries of the employees. After the sad demise of our late President Dr. B. Shivanti Adityan, who is called as the godfather of Indian volleyball. So after bringing the Sports Live Entertainment Company for the conduct of the leagues by our Honorable President Chaudhary Avdesh Kumar, this Ramotar, with his personal interest or personal benefits or something, he said, no, we will not give to Sports Live, I have got one more company and I will bring in. And they bought in Baseline Ventures, and from there 2016 January, this problem in Volleyball Federation of India started.
Right, and Shravan, what is your take?
So then again this Ramotar made a groupism.
Right, go on sir, finish your thought, then we'll go to Shravan. Finish your thought, sir.
Yeah, sir. See, Sports Live Entertainment Company, whichever our president had bought in, they would have the risk of conducting the league and everything, and there will be no financial implications or risk with Volleyball Federation of India. But the difference, simple difference, I will tell you, the Baseline Ventures, which is now conducting the Pro Volley League, bought in by Mr. Ramotar with his personal interest and his financial interest, is 50% share is of Baseline and 50% is of Volleyball Federation of India. When Volleyball Federation of India is bankrupt without a single paisa to pay the salaries of the employees of VFI in Chennai, How can they invest and they can be part of this league with the baseline ventures? I can tell you that this is the front company of Mr. Ramotar and Jakad and other people who are only intention is to make money and to cheat the volleyball players and volleyball game in our country. Other than that, they have no interest in promoting the game. And regarding the selection of the players, selection of the players are done by Mr. Ramotar and the national coach Mr. Sridharan, who is only selecting the people who are around him, not going for the merit, not going for the
Okay, let me also get a reaction from Shravan
This
Kumar,
is
who's
the
a former
problem
volleyball
in,
player. Shravan, what do you make of this particular expose that we have unearthed? And in fact, Aishwarya is also with me in the studio. He's been looking at the documents which sort of point towards some very gaping irregularities in the same organization, in the same federation. Two people hiring two different companies to run a single kind of a sport. What did you make of this entire episode and how has it affected you?
Sir, actually, good evening.
Good evening.
Actually, the basic amount given by Sports Live was 5 lakhs to each and every player. The basic amount, whatever they were ready to pay for the players. And again, because of many issues and the personal thoughts of Mr. Ramotar Singh Jakar, VFI Secretary, he declined that and he went with Baseline Ventures, where they are paying 1 lakh for a player. And basically the volleyball players whoever are playing today are from a middle class or lower middle class players. And I don't know by what reason he cancelled that Sports Live agreement and he took over with Baseline Ventures.
Joined by Mr. Sebastian George, who has been the whistleblower in this entire expose. Mr. George, thank you for speaking with us. Now, we have heard the players, we have heard people from the management. You've also heard from, my colleague Aishwarya, who's been, at the top of things ever since this expose came to the fray. What do you make of, these irregularities which have been existing in the VFI for so long? The matter has gone as far as to the court. The CBI is also involved now. Why wasn't this, in fact, caught in its track earlier? Two different contracts, one offering 5 lakh rupees and the other offering 1 lakh rupee, and the VFI, despite being broke and bankrupt, opting for the lesser evil.
The main concern relating to Volleyball Federation of India is only relating to Pro Volleyball League.
See, the contract signed in 2016 was for 41 crores 71 lakhs for 3 leagues, men, women and beach volleyball. Then that was 9 crores received as upfront payment, and that was returned by the Secretary General. The contract was cancelled and he signed another contract in 2018. It was only for 18 crores 41 lakhs. The huge difference is there. Then why it was cancelled? He has to give a proper reply to the volleyball fraternity of this country. Okay, if the decision of the president was not transparent or if it was unilateral, he should have invited a competitive tender. That was not done. And why he signed a contract? Whether he could convince the members of VFI that the contract he signed with the Baseline was better than that the president signed with the Sports Live. That was not done. The second thing is relating to Pro Volleyball League. Okay, then the VFI put a ceiling of 35 lakhs for 10 Indian players. How they can decide the price of the players? That's another factor. So the Baseline is collecting around 3 crores as for this franchisee, but they put a ceiling of 35 lakhs to 10 Indian volleyball players. That is quite unfortunate. Then the other corruptions relating to Volleyball Federation of India that I could expose is the grand difference. The Ministry of website, the Ministry has published the details of the grant given to VFI in their website. You can see it. Then VFI is having another figure and SAI is having another figure. How it is happening? Yeah, if the figures are not matching, how the Ministry can renew the recognition of VFI? They have to give a clear reply. Why Ministry renewed the recognition of VFI in spite of these irregularities? The second thing is the election was conducted in VFI in 2013. The tenure of those who got elected in 13 is over by 2017. No election is conducted after 17. Then how the Ministry can renew the recognition of VFI? The government should take strict action. What is relating to that? election of transparency in the accounts. They should publish proper balance sheet. And third one is CBI has been conducting inquiry for the past 2 years. They should submit FIR and charge sheet before the court at the earliest. The fourth one is like the case relating to the Pro Volleyball League at the Chennai High Court. Ministry is a party in the case. Still, even after 10 months, they haven't filed any reply.
Well, absolutely,
So,
absolutely,
yeah.
Mr. George. The contents of this entire deal, Aishwarya, smell like a rat, and it has to be scrutinized. It has to be taken up by the law, and the sports ministry has to pull up the VFI and try and figure out what have they been up to. In fact, intervene if possible, disband them also, and start afresh. Not only to save the careers of some of the volleyball players who were undermined and perhaps underrepresented in the sport, but also to save the game of volleyball. And on that note, I'd like to thank all my guests, including Aishwarya, for doing this fantastic job and unearthing and explaining this expose to our viewers. And with that, it's a wrap on Sports X. Thank you for watching.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.